Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Hyundai Kona N-Line.
And a big thanks to Brandon Hyundai for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Kona has been Hyundai's subcompact crossover SUV since 2018. The second generation Kona that you see here is all new for 2024, featuring a more futuristic looking exterior and a more spacious and comfortable interior with new and improved tech. The 2024 Kona is available in 4 trims and 2 power plants, starting with the $24,000 base all the way up to the $31,000 limited. Here we have the N-Line, the performance-oriented Kona, sitting just $1,000 below the limited, but featuring Hyundai's 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder, which is now made into a more reliable conventional 8-speed automatic, replacing the previous generation's 8-speed dual clutch. With a $30,000 base price, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So again, ground up, all new vehicle, full LED headlamps for the high and low beam. We get a halogen turn signal in the corner, full LED daytime running strip up top, which honestly kind of makes me see a little bit of a Kia Soul resemblance for this front end. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But again, since Kia partners with Hyundai, I can kind of see why there would be some type of resemblance. I'm really liking the black trim for this front end styling, N-Line badge, solid amount of airflow up top for the radiator and an intercooler right down below. That panel in the middle houses your advanced safety features and some functional airflow in both corners. Hyundai badge right up front, and we get this new ultimate red metallic paint color. It really shines in the Florida sun. It's not the sunniest day today, but hopefully you can still pick up that beautiful red metallic. The wheel and tire setup, more aggressive here for the N-Line trim. We get these 19-inch rims. They are gray and silver contrasted, wrapped in Come Home Majesty Solus all-season tires, dimensions being 235/45 R19. So the 235 wide tires, we'll see if they're wide enough to put the power down for this 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder, but these 45 series sidewall tires should keep the ride quality nice and plush. I'm liking the body color trim for the wheel well area, a little bit of black trim for the rocker panel side skirt area, protecting from some rock chips, as well as that front small little weather strip also protecting from the rock chips. I like the fender flares, N-Line trim, black mirrors with LED turn signals on them, blind spot monitoring on the glass, smart access for the driver and a front passenger. We get a pretty large moonroof up top too, shark fin style antenna, black roof rails, and a super aggressive rear spoiler. We get all black trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar. We can take a quick look at the window sticker for this 2024 Kona N-Line front wheel drive. So standard features, you guys can pause, take a look at all of these. It is loaded for a base price of $36.50. So options, $210 for the carpeted floor mats, $55 for the cargo net, cargo tray for $120, $30 for the first 8 kit mud guards for $120, $13.35 for the destination charge, totaling us out at $32,520. So we are getting up there in price, but we get a lot for the money and a lot of performance too for the money. We'll check all that out throughout this review. Fuel economy is solid. We get almost 30 combined MPGs, 28 combined, 26 city, and 32 on the highway. Out rear, we'll see if we get a push to open gas cap. We do not. The same rear wheel and tire setup too. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. Out rear, we get full LED taillights. The only thing that's not LED is the reverse light, which is housed right down below with pretty solid amount of reflectors. Shout out Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. We have full LEDs for this little running strip for the brake light and an LED third brake light right up top. That spoiler looks super aggressive. I like how Hyundai does not do the chrome badges anymore. We just get this aluminum brushed look for the Hyundai and Kona badge, 1.6T in the corner. Dual exhaust tips, I kind of wish we had a single exhaust on both sides, but the dual tips are still appreciated. Speaking of the dual tips, let's fire up this 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Hyundai for the 2024 Kona N-Line, and it sounds pretty good for what it is, making a very healthy amount of power at 195 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, now made it to an 8-speed conventional automatic transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 between 7 and 7.5 seconds. So the previous generation, I believe Car and Driver tested it at 7.2 maybe 7.3. And without the DCT that we had for 2023 replaced with the conventional auto, expect this new Kona to be about 1/10 of a second slower than the previous generation. But what you see is basically what we get. I really appreciate the hydraulic struts. Haven't seen that a lot throughout Hyundai's lineup, but it's nice to see them here. We can shut this hood right down, walk around this 2024 Kona N-Line one more time, and it is a beautiful vehicle. I'm really liking the aggressive styling that we get here for the N-Line. The flares for the fenders look super aggressive. The body lines through the doors, everything about this car. As far as the interior, again, we mentioned that this is a very premium interior for the money. We just get hard plastic up top. We get an aluminum door handle, nice padding for the center part, and nice padding for the armrest. We get 2-window auto one touch, power windows out rear, lock and unlock, and 4-way adjustable mirrors. Very solid amount of storage too. You'll fit a foot long with no problem, and a 24 to 30 ounce water bottle right in front of it. We get a subtle little aluminum nameplate or foot plate as we step inside. The rear seats say N on them. They're red contrasted with red contrast stitching. We get some Alcantara material in the center, some faux leather right outside of it. They're fully adjustable. You can use 2-way lumbar control, recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. First thing we notice is the steering wheel. Hyundai's been making some really nice wheels lately. I like the 10-2 bolstering notch, red contrast stitching. 9-3 feels perfect in your hands. We get some notches down below too. It's not a flat bottom, but still really aggressive for an N-Line. The horn area does not say Hyundai on it. We just get this dash in the center of the horn itself. Loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. On the left side, we have a radar cruise control adjustments, volume and skip as well. Adjustments for the infotainment too, and radar cruise control with active steering right down below. On the right side, we have our voice commands, AM, FM, Sirius, volume and skip. You can hang up and answer your phone calls and favorites. We get paddle shifters too for the 8-speed auto transmission. The stocks have a really satisfying click. You gotta go to the limited though to get both the 360 camera and the blind spot camera. We get auto headlamps and auto high beams. No auto rain sensing wipers, but we do get the stock in the center with the rear wiper as well. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our interior brightness, traction control you can disable, hill descent control, and electronic parking brake. Hood latch release, gas cap release right there underneath the seat. Hopefully you get a good look at the aluminum outlined pedals. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel too. Dashboard is hard plastic, but it's nice grained material nevertheless. We get dual 12.3-inch displays, 12.3-inch digital gauge display, and a 12.3-inch touchscreen. The digital gauge display is adjusted with these buttons in the corner. Right now we're looking at tire pressure, current trip, since refueling, and since last preset. You press this button in the top corner, and now we have our compass, or turn-by-turn if the navigation is set up, advanced safety features, and right back to where we started. We get a digital speedo on the left side. On the right side, we have attack. It'll shift around 6,000 RPM, maybe a little bit closer to 5,500. We can adjust the drive modes, which changes up the display. This is sport mode. This is normal mode. Those are our only 2 modes. We're going to start the review off in normal, transition into sport, and just see what the differences are. The touchscreen, we mentioned, is 12.3 inches. We get a map. We can check it out. So it's an updated display compared to the previous generation. The response is even better than before. Truly one of the best in the business now. Really high resolution and really good response. The home screen, we can access it with a click of a button. You can see your music, you see phone projection, voice memo, weather, valet mode, Hyundai CarPlay, setup, diagnostics, maintenance, HD radio, notification, and the owner's manual. All could be accessed through the touchscreen. Right now we're just looking at a guest profile, but you can adjust everything to your liking once this vehicle is purchased. My personal favorite to look at all times would be the map, so we'll leave it here. Down below, we have our shortcuts for the touchscreen if you don't want to go through the screen to access it. Engine start stop button, volume adjustment, and tune, all on the right side, hazards in the center. We get dual zone automatic front climate control, heated seats too, but they're located right down below. We have 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt you can access with a push of a button. Cool. Wireless charging pad down below, heated seats, as we mentioned, auto hold, drive mode selector. We already demonstrated all the drive modes, and you can access your cameras with a click of a button. Really high resolution with guidance lines and trajectory. Speaking of that, let's throw it into reverse and see everything that's available. As we mentioned, guidance lines and trajectory, but got to go up to the limited to get the 360. We'll see if we have different views. We have an over-the-top view and a, I guess, wider view without guidance lines or trajectory. This is my personal favorite though to look at all times with settings right down below. Throwing right back into park and we immediately return right back to the map. Behind that, we have a ton of storage capacity. You have 2 cup holders with enough space to fit large water jugs, and if you want some smaller cups, you simply push these buttons and you can throw in some 24-ounce bottles with some pushy things to fit the smaller bottles. Thrown right back. You see the storage right back here. It's actually your center console. The center console doesn't fully close, which is an interesting design. If you want stuff that's fully closed, you're gonna have to put it in this upper tier. Otherwise, it's just gonna be rattling around and you'll hear it do so at all times. That's kind of a flawed design. I kind of wish they filled this in with some type of material. I'm sure they'll update it in the next year, maybe 2 if enough people complain. But if they did a good design and nobody complains, I guess props to Hyundai. That's about it though for the center console area. We get some red trim running all throughout the air vents. I'm liking that with a little bit of a 2-tier storage capacity for the glove box. The glove box, it's not damped or lined with felt or massive, but you'll fit 15 to 20 license plates. You'll fit a pair of shoes in there if you're under a size 12. We have a basically frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror. The interior lights are LED. Cool. We mentioned a large moonroof, or relatively large moonroof. Let's open it right up. The shade opens up quickly. The glass goes on top of the roof. We'll see how far it goes. Pretty far. We'll see if it goes any further. It does not, but pretty far. All the way out to the second row. We'll poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Brandon, Florida. It's sunny and 88 degrees. Well, not the sunniest, but a decent amount of sun with a pretty decent temperature outside. We'll shut the glass, leave the shade open, so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin of this 2024 Hyundai Kona. I said I was gonna leave the shade open, so let's do exactly that. Oh my gosh. Cool, okay, figured it out. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of the 2024 Hyundai Kona N-Line. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So up top, just like up front, we get hard plastic with some padding in the center. Decently padded armrest. We don't get auto one touch for the rear window, but not a big deal. Aluminum door handle, additional speaker, and a cup holder. You'll fit a probably 32-ounce bottle in there. The rear seats have a lot of that faux Alcantara trim with faux leather right outside of it, red contrast stitching. Decent amount of legroom. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and just like the Elantra, I have about 3-4 inches of knee room, headroom. I have about an inch, give or take. So if you're under 6'4", 6'5", you should be able to sit behind your seat settings with no problem. Also, just like the Elantra, we have a cargo net behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver, but we do get air vents. We did not have air vents in the Elantra Limited we just reviewed in this channel. We get 2 USB-C ports down below, a small hump for the exhaust system. It's not a drivetrain because this is a front-wheel drive system. Center cubby, we have this ropes to pull, a little bit easier for the access, some faux leather. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles or cans in that compartment. The interior light back here, LED, awesome. You get grab handles for all 4 passengers, but the grab handle on the passenger side rear is the only one with a hook, perfect for a suit or a dress. Pretty good light brought in the cabin thanks to the pretty large sunroof, moonroof, whatever you'd like to call it. That's about it for the second row in this 2024 Kona. Let's hop out into the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2024 Kona N-Line out for a drive. So we don't have an auto opening liftgate, but not a big deal. It's hydraulically assisted. Pretty large floor. The step-in isn't the highest either. My knee is right about the same level as a step-in. So if you have older or smaller pets, they should have no problem hopping back here. Just make sure you take this cover off, because I don't see many pets that'll fit here with the cover on. We have a subwoofer here too for the Bose premium audio system. That's an impressive feature for this 2024 Kona N-Line, and a ton of secret storage right down below. We'll see if there's a spare underneath this. Doesn't appear to be so. Nope, no spare, so just secret storage down below. Hopefully these are run flat tires. If not, you can add a spare in that secret storage compartment with no problem. The rear seats fold down 60-40 split, and you fold them down, I'd expect you to fit a 60, maybe 65-inch TV back here. The wheel well cutouts are very, very limitedly protruding into the cabin, and the overall floor space, as you see, is impressive. We can shut this trunk right up, walk around this 2024 Kona N-Line one more time. I love the rear end styling. The front end's give or take. I see a little bit of a Kia Soul in the front end, but as far as this rear styling, this looks like something that you would get from a Lexus. The spoiler, maybe not very Lexus-esque, but the lighting pattern, the overall fender flares, the body lines through the doors, I can really see it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I think this is a really good looking SUV until you start to cross over here to the front end. Performance-wise, let's take this car out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Kona N-Line. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. If I didn't mention, the gear selector is located right here in the lower right corner of the steering wheel. It's not really expected, but I'm sure you'll get used to it within like an hour of driving this car for the first time. Next thing I noticed, the throttle response. It's not the best, but it does feel a little bit better and more instant compared to the previous model year with the DCT, because you don't have to wait for any engagement. So in that sense, it feels a little bit better and a little bit torquier off the line. Like right here, we'll try again. Yeah, more instant response, but you still have to wait for the turbo to kick in. And the Hyundai 1.6 liter turbo, in every application that I've driven it, it has pretty noticeable amount of lag. And then at about like 2,500, 3,000 RPM, it just starts taking off, which I guess we'll see if that's still the case throughout this review. Big speed bump, ride quality, pretty good ride quality. I mean, you do hear the bump. I had the same complaint in the Elantra we just reviewed in this channel. Not really a complaint, just an observation, but the ride quality, although you hear it, the ride quality is still pretty good. So normal mode from off the line, let's see what we got. Off the line, on the gas, good torque off the line, boom, boost, woo, woo. Yeah, this thing can pull really hard. We got people in front, so we're not gonna be too reckless. But I could see 0 to 60 happening in around 7 seconds. If you get an amazing launch, maybe you can break into the 6s, but I wouldn't expect a consistent 0 to 60 time in the 6s. It's a strong feeling acceleration time. I mean, the base Kona, the 0 to 60 in about 9.2 seconds. So 7 to 7.5 second 0 to 60 is a huge improvement. The steering feels good. There's a noticeable amount of lag, but right around here, like 2,100 RPM, that's when the boost starts to kick in, and that's when you start to feel that this is a higher performance Kona. Right here, we'll try it out in sport mode, off the line, see if anything changes up. I'll give that guy a little bit of distance. Looks like we're pretty good. Give him a couple seconds, and I'll catch back with you. All right, guys, off the line, no brake torque on the gas, good response. Boost, there we go. Woo. Yeah. Good ride quality too. The brakes feel solid. Make sure nobody's coming our way. They are not. Throwing it in. Woo. Feels good on the gas. This is a strong feeling subcompact SUV. In sport mode, it doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this vehicle moving at the speed you want it to. We'll try it out through a pretty rough roundabout, see how the composure stays. Trying out these paddle shifters, see how quickly they respond. First gear, on the gas. Ooh. Yeah. Nice. Taking a step into the roundabout. Oh. Yeah. This is. The suspension, like, yeah, you feel bumps a little bit more than you would from the other trims, but compared to like an N from 2023, this suspension is miles ahead. Huge bumps, boom, runs over them like it's nothing, boom. It's not quite as composed as, say, like a Palisade or a Santa Cruz, but I hope you wouldn't expect it to be the case. One more time, we'll try a sport mode acceleration. First gear, slight brake torque, and let's go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a lot of fun for the money. That rattle back there, it's the dealer plate. Don't think it has anything to do with this actual Kona N-Line. But overall, guys, so far at least, this is a lot of fun for the $30,000 price point. The steering feels on center. The body roll is super limited. We'll launch it through this corner one more time. Oh, yeah. On the gas. A little bit of lag, but there we go. We do have a rollover warning here, but this thing can hit the turns really quickly. The 235 wide tires definitely help. One more step out here. Second gear, pull. We'll open her up a little bit more on this multiple lane highway. All right, guys, taking a step out here, we can open her up a little bit more on the gas. Woo. Yeah. Wow, we look down and we are moving. And at highway speeds, we'll take it out of sport mode, let it idle down back in normal mode. The steering gets a little bit lighter, but it still feels really good. And at highway speeds, you You hear a little bit of wind noise, but really not a whole lot. The road noise is super quiet with these Kumho Majesty Solus tires. They actually do a really good job of keeping the road noise out of the cabin. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a more premium, more performance-oriented subcompact SUV, I think you found the best one you're going to get for the money, at least. At the $30,000 to $31,000 price point, you're getting almost 200 horsepower, 200 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed auto transmission, Bose premium audio system, dual 12.3-inch touchscreens. Well, one 12.3-inch touchscreen, one 12.3-inch digital gauge display. This beautiful ultimate red metallic paint color. The lighting patterns are beautiful on this new Kona. The interior is spacious, and we get these faux suede Alcantara seats. Unbelievably comfortable. They're heated. If you want more features, you can always upgrade to the Limited. But as far as a performance bargain, that still offers a lot of premium features that people could really use. Excellent SUV for the money, and it's spacious, especially this new updated second gen Kona. It has a lot more usable space compared to the previous generation. I fit back in the second row with no problem. I could be an extra 3 inches taller, and I'd still fit in the back of this Kona with no problem. Very usable amount of space even in the cargo area, flat floor. We don't get a spare tire, but we get a ton of secret storage where you can throw a spare tire. But overall, guys, if you're looking for a premium performance bargain SUV, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Hyundai Kona, and I would recommend definitely to check out the N-Line. And a big thanks to Jonathan at Brandon Hyundai in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Jonathan. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.